Back inside the Quest Center, we move on now to the 133 class after a very exciting 125 start. This one, another Iowa wrestler in Daniel Dennis, a fifth-year senior, taking on Jayson Ness, the fifth-year senior from Minnesota. And you look at the record of Jayson Ness at 30-0, the 2008 runner-up. Daniel Dennis 0-2 versus Ness this season. Would like to turn it. We've talked, gentlemen, about being able to beat an athlete once, maybe twice, but beating someone 3 times is very difficult.
It's actually the rubber match for him in their career. Last year he had it turned around. Dennis beat Ness 2 times, so it's their 5th meeting. They're 2-2.
Jayson Ness of Minnesota in the gold singlet. Daniel Dennis of Iowa in the black.
Ness doesn't look it, but he is deceptively strong. He's really tough on top, and he has a half Nelson. That some guys just have signature moves, and that's his. And you can't let him get the half Nelson on you. And that's what's happened this year a couple of times against Dennis. Ness has gotten out fast. If Dennis can stay close, you just don't see Dennis lose late.
You mentioned Ness's half. He has 18 pins this season, which for a lightweight is pretty unusual. Very good on top, as you said.
3 periods, the first one 3 minutes. Jayson Ness of Minnesota on in the gold. Daniel Dennis of Iowa in the black. We remind you that Iowa has already wrapped up the national title for the team competition, but head coach Tom Brands has 5 athletes wrestling in 10 classes tonight. He'd like to take on 5 individual national crowns.
You know, you talk about Iowa here in the crowd. This is key for someone like Ness here, keeping his poise. Keeping his poise in the face of 9,000 Iowa fans, in the face of the run of the Iowa championship participants.
The Hawkeye freight train that is called this week in Omaha.
Dennis with the Iowa style, pressure forward, constantly moving into Ness. Good double. Great sprawl by Ness.
Excellent defensive sprawl by Jayson Ness of Minnesota. No points scored there, so they put him back in the center and restart.
Nice snap down, but no shot by Ness. And that's that battle within the battle. How to set your man up to get a good leg shot. It's called hand fighting, but it's also moving your feet and ripping on your opponent's head.
And as Ness is working on his head there, that wears on you. Even if you're not scoring, it's working. It's just like his half Nelson. Even if it's not turning over, it's working because it's so tough. And there he is on a single. Ness in tight.
That's real deep. Oh, boy, he's got him close.
Good hold.
He's going to keep, Ness will keep pushing back, trying to get a pin.
Good hold. No points.
To 2. The Iowa fans love it. The Minnesota fans, not so much. And how about Daniel Dennis? A near fall, and he comes away with nothing for his opponent.
No points called here. Dennis trying to get the 2 points in. Look at the hip action out. Dennis gets away. No points at all, and here's where the poise comes in for Ness, because this is gaining for Dennis. If he can keep it close early, it goes to his advantage.
I'll tell you who had poise there was Dennis. He was close to being pinned, and he didn't panic.
And the first period comes to a conclusion. The 3-minute period in the 133 National Championship. Give you an idea of the score and how it works. There's the points breakdown. 2 for a takedown, which you'll see a lot. 2 in the reversal, 1 for escape. You also get the 1 on riding time. And then the near fall, you see the points as well. But riding time is very key because they will get 1 point if they ride for more than a minute. Jayson Ness, Daniel Dennis going head-to-head, the 1 and 2 seeds in this tournament.
Both previous matches, by this time, Ness was out front by 4 or 5 points.
Set.
Daniel Dennis, the 5th-year senior, trying to give Tom Brands and the Iowa Hawkeyes their 2nd individual national title. Moments ago, Matt McDonough, the freshman from Iowa, picked up the national championship in the 125 class. These are the 133s.
Dennis is getting out quickly. He's doing a real fast stand-up, and that prevents Ness from getting his legs in or pulling him back into the crab ride.
No, red, caution. First caution red.
You ready?
So Jayson
Set,
Ness
top
getting
man.
caution there for a false start. Pat
Set.
Fitzgerald, our referee.
Oh, right there, there's the half Nelson, but watch right away. Dennis is not going to ever think he can go with that. He's going to bow his neck. Look, he's going to keep his head up. He'll even freeze right there and act like he's moving on the bottom. But that half Nelson is so dangerous. Dennis did a great job. Look, there's his head up again. He's got to shake a little bit so he doesn't get called for stalling. But I'll tell you what, it's a fake job because he just does not want to put his head down.
Well, he's stopping the half, but now Ness has kept him on the mat, and he'll have a chance to work him a little bit.
And this is where the riding time comes in for Jayson Ness. He needs to get that over 1 minute. He'll pick up a point.
Two good things. Now here's how he beat Dennis in the Big Tens. He put him in the crab, stepped a half in. Did he give points? No points. Last time it happened at the Big Tens, he got points. There's Tom Brands.
And Tom Brands had both thumbs up and threw his hips in and said,
Ready,
get
set,
up, get up.
Guys, stay near the line,
Twice
please.
now,
Set.
Ness has had it close to putting it away. Once with that defensive pin, the other time close to near fall.
Ness maintaining that strong ankle control there. Ness from Minnesota in the gold. Daniel Dennis of Iowa in the black.
Little scrambled legs here, and Dennis needs to push his knee forward. He's going to get it.
2 on the reversal for Daniel Dennis of Iowa. Under 30 seconds to go here in the second period. The 133-pound national championship on the line.
Perfectly orchestrated match so far by Daniel Dennis. He kept
Action.
it close.
Let's
He
go,
didn't get
wrestle
taken
here.
down. He didn't get back points against him. This is how Daniel Dennis wins because, like I said, this guy does not lose late if he's ahead or close.
And he's gotten riding time off the board now.
So the riding point that would have been in the column of Jayson Ness has come off the board, and Daniel Dennis, as they go to the third period, has a 2-0 lead.
On this replay, look, he gets out, gets over, and he's going to shake that leg. He's going to shake that leg. There he goes, and covers the hips and gets the 2 points, almost getting near fall points. Ness having
Set.
enough
Out
savvy
there.
there that he went back to
Set.
his base.
I'm going to take that one. I'm going to take that one. You were both moving. Both moving.
Pat Fitzgerald from Edmond, Oklahoma,
Set.
our
Top
official
man.
on the night.
Set. One red.
All right, there's an
neutral.
escape point. So Jayson Ness now down 2-1 in the final period, under 2 minutes to go.
And now Ness needs to move forward. He needs a takedown.
No riding time at all here. It comes down. Ness is in on that single leg, but he didn't get it elbow deep.
Reshoots on him, can't get it. Great defense by Daniel Dennis of Iowa.
Dennis is able to keep Ness on the backside, see, and that way isn't got the official on him for stalling, because right now the last 2 shots have been by Ness.
Well, it's forward motion by Dennis, that Iowa style. He's not going to give that up. Maybe in short time he will, but right now he needs to keep doing it.
See,
And there's a 2-point takedown for Daniel Dennis.
got knocked in the head. Ness got knocked in the head. One thing about Dennis is he doesn't. Here it is.
He
Dennis just stuffs the head and goes around. But the thing about Dennis, he doesn't, he doesn't peck at you. He goes all out. He makes you look bad, just like that happened right there.
So with 1:07 to go in the third period, injury time, Daniel Dennis on top 4-1. Is Iowa on their way to a second individual national championship? Moments ago, Matt McDonough won it in 125. Let's look at this again.
The shot, the head goes down. He stuffed the head. He ran around. When he hit the head, Ness right there kind of knocked him out.
It might have hit his knee. But that forward pressure by Dennis, keeping Ness off balance. Ness took a shot and he wasn't in the best position. Yeah, there it was.
Yep, banged his head in Dennis's knee. And watch, Dennis stuffs and goes around.
Another good start, guys. Going to say set twice. Here we go. Set, top man. Set. One red.
Escape
Great
point for
hip
Jayson
action.
Ness, so he recovers nicely.
Wow, they're brawling now.
final minute.
Inside trip attempt.
No riding time advantage for either.
So if you're Jayson Ness in the gold singlet of Minnesota, you need the takedown, the 2-point takedown.
No stalling warnings either. Now,
Final 30 seconds.
And what people are yelling about, Dennis is blocking inside right now.
He's moving forward. He's not retreating.
And it makes it impossible for Ness to get past the head arms defense right now. One shot left for Ness, and it better be good.
Jayson Ness of Minnesota has now 13 seconds.
Oh, duck! Look at the duck! Oh! And is he going to get back points? He does! Never say die!
Jayson Ness has shocked this crowd.
We talked about mental attitude before a match. You can't give up. You have to see yourself being successful, and he did it at the most critical time.
With less than 13 seconds on the clock, Jayson Ness, the fifth-year senior from Minnesota, down 2.
His dad.
Pulls it off.
That's Jay Ness, his dad. Follows him all over, got him started in wrestling, took him when he was young. Bloomington, Kennedy High School, Bloomington, the Minneapolis area, grew up wanting to be a Gopher.
I don't think you'll find a prouder dad anywhere in the United States right now as we send it down to Quint Kesnick.
Jason, that was unbelievable. What happened there with about 20 seconds to go?
I just kept praying to the Lord. The Lord gives some strength to keep going, keep fighting 100% of the time. And got a bear hug, I don't know.
Down 4-1, you made it 4-2. You were down to basically one chance.
Yeah, it was desperation, but the Lord helped me get through with it. It was awesome.
Why'd you jump up and give your dad a big hug?
He got a seat down here, and I don't know, he's got me so far here. He's helped me out a lot. Had to give him a big hug.
Congratulations, amazing finish.
All right, thank you very much, Quinn, as we go back and look at this one more time of how this ended. The final 13 seconds, an amazing performance by Jayson Ness, the fifth-year senior.
He had one shot left. Look at that level change. Then he gets in tight. The hips are in tight, and he lifts, bear hug to the mat, and he holds it. He knows he has it. He's the pinner, the all-time pinning leader of Minnesota program, and he got the back points.
When we come back, the 141s take to the mat when we return to Omaha.